I want to talk with you today about what I believe about leadership. This is an important topic because a lot of youth pastors and a lot of youth workers are still trying to decide what they believe about leadership. And so I think it's important to convey to you what I believe and what we believe as an organization here at LeaderTrex. The first thing that we believe about leadership is this: leadership can be learned. This is becoming an accepted fact by many people that are working in leadership. But I think there's still some youth pastors today that are not sure about this. They're still wondering about, is there a spiritual gift of leadership and so there's only certain people who have leadership skills? Or can every student learn about leadership? You see, I believe every student can learn about leadership. I believe that leadership is just a set of principles like focus precedes success, navigating obstacles, intentional communication, or the idea of helping others grow in leadership. All of these principles can be learned by anybody. And then when they take these principles and they put them to use in different situations, they will be leaders. Maybe they won't have the title or the role of leaders, but they will be real, authentic leaders when they use these principles. And so anybody can learn leadership. That's the first thing I believe about it. Second thing I believe about leadership is this: leadership benefits everybody. You see, there is going to be a time in everyone's life where they're playing the role of a leader. Maybe you're in a car with 2 kids in the back seat. That makes you a leader. Maybe you're a junior high boy small group leader. You're definitely a leader there. Well, maybe at work you're going to be in roles of leadership. And you are going to have to understand these principles that we talked about earlier. You're going to have to understand how they work and how they operate, because we're all going to be in roles of leadership at some point or not, at some point or the other. The key thing to remember here is that God has called us to a mission, and that mission is to reach the world for Jesus Christ. Well, how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by leading initiatives, by telling other people about Christ, by demonstrating godly character. All these things are leadership issues, and understanding leadership is going to make us more effective in the mission that God has given us. So everybody can benefit from learning about leadership. The third thing that I believe about leadership, and the final thing, is simply this: leadership changes everything. It always takes a leader to stand up and say, I've got to change things. Things have got to be different. We've got to do things in a different way for things to begin to change. Look at civil rights in America. Look at Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Think about any major change in our culture and our society over the last, forever. And you'll see that there was a leader there to make a change or to make a difference. All throughout Scripture, we're seeing leaders make a difference, from Nehemiah, King David, Peter, Paul, and then the greatest one of all, Jesus. Leadership changes everything. So here are the 3 things again that I believe about leadership. One is leadership can be learned. Anybody can be a leader. 2 is leadership benefits everyone. There are going to be times when we're in roles of leadership and we need to understand it. And then finally, leadership changes everything. If we're going to see this world change for Jesus Christ, it's going to be because Christ followers, leaders, have made a difference in this world.